Watch now. Now we're playing.
He was playing already.
Yeah, but now I'm playing.
The hand before this.
Now I'm playing.
Tran has bluffed him and showed it.
That's good, I like that.
Now I'm going to play with him.
He actually plays, he doesn't just talk about it.
I love to see rolling needle and Hellmuth. He's one of the best.
Oh, I called him down for his whole stack third pair last year. You don't remember that? You want to play with me? You got it, my friend. You've declared war. I've accepted your terms.
This is Phil kind of owning himself here, really, with the speech.
I'm in for the big blind, I think.
And Hellmuth had been getting shown a lot of bluffs in this entire Premier League.
You can't get 3-bet if you don't raise, right?
I think Tran had just made a move on him the last hand.
Can't get 3-bet if you limp.
Raise it. Yeah, but you
Punish
can
him
get
for
raised.
limping. Yeah, punish him. Teach him a lesson.
Punish the limpers.
Yeah,
And
punish
he's
them.
doing it the same way all the time. Hellmuth cannot deal with JC Tran limping. He just like, he can't accept it. He's raised this out of the small blind.
It was funny how he announced he declares wars and then immediately raises. I think he's just steaming.
Oh, he's steaming here. He just cannot bear to be shown up. Now, of course, in Premier League 3, even though JC won, Hellmuth did make a couple of great reads against him, and I think he's just out to outplay him all the time.
The bet is 35,000.
I don't know how Hellmuth's going to butcher this hand, but I just remember it felt like he did. I mean, it's not a great hand to 3-bet with in the first place, is it? But
No.
you gotta bet the flop when you
Especially
do.
against someone who's quite sticky like JC Tran. He's going to peel you a lot when he doesn't hit, and
48.
you know he's going to try and outplay you. He's not just going to give up if he misses.
And Hellmuth's betting here because he thinks he's behind, or because he's
just betting to try and blow JC off like a type of hand he has, or your hand like pocket sixes or pocket fives that he might have called with as well. He obviously just expects JC to fold those on the turn.
And I wonder if, can you sometimes call here and try and win this on the river if you're JC? I can't
I
remember.
like to call here, yeah, because once you call again here, it kind of looks like you have an ace. And, it's not too often that Phil Hellmuth tries to get you off those big hands.
In fact, going for the raise, does it make it feel more like a bluff to you?
Yeah, it feels more like a bluff, but Phil Hellmuth's the type of player that doesn't really do too much about it. It's hard to do. I mean, what do you do here with 10-2?
23,000 total.
The amazing thing is Tran can only get him off a hand like this. He must know there's a legitimate chance that Phil has something like this.
Yeah. Phil Hellmuth's steaming, look.
I mean, he's played this hand. You can't play like this against JC. You can't push JC Tran around like this unless you're willing to shove it in, right?
Yeah, yeah. JC's played this hand really well. I'd love to see what's going on in Phil's head right now.
But Tran's going to show him the hand after, like,
yeah,
for
he
sure.
has to show after that table talk, doesn't he? I'm looking forward to the roll and DeWolf needle too.
Yeah, you just know it's coming. Even though JC would not go on to win this Premier League, he did beat Phil at every turn.
How much you have left? I guess maybe you have me covered, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, he really wants to shove, doesn't he?
Yeah, he definitely doesn't want to fold after all that speech, and his read isn't too bad. He obviously thinks that he might be getting bluffed here, so he's having a good think about it.
Well done.
He even said, "Nice move."
You don't have an ace, do you?
He passed, and Tran's going to show him now. Watch Phil explode.
Now I'm really on tilt.
We've just seen the champion Hold'em player at work.
What 5 is spade?
I've had lots of guys show me bluff, 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 and then when I get all their chips, they don't say a word.
I'm ready to die. You're not ready to die. You ready to outplay people? Well, outplay me. Show me how to outplay me. Open for 68. I'll open for 100. I'll close for 400.
You 68, I close for 400.
I want to go out blazing. I don't want to go out like you dribbling away. I'm here to take it all, not like you.
Are you still talking
You
to me?
bet you I'm going to be all in on my blind. There you go.
Are you
I'm gonna
still
be all
talking
in.
to me?
I don't care. I don't care anymore.
I mean, are you freaking kidding me?
You just shut up.
Players, I need to remind you that player abuse.
Marty
is not
Wilson,
acceptable
tournament
in
director,
Okay,
coming
I've
over there.
abused you. Go away. We know the rules here. What is this? Kindergarten. You just sit on your chair like you do
Okay, I'll do
and
one
watch
more
the
thing,
game from
mate.
the screen.
Okay, I'm going to be clear on this point. Under no circumstances can you abuse a player.
All right, thank you very
I'm
much.
completely clear on
Thank
that
you.
point.
Bye. Move on.
This was the last heat, Sam, and Tony, on his way to his worst finish ever, was just about to explode.
He's always at boiling point, isn't he? One bad beat away from a blow up.
I think both him and Phil
Okay, you
Hellmuth
guys,
really
the poker
had
news
to
done.
win this
Report
last
my all in
heat.
hands. Take them off. That's an order.
Pass. Pass. Pass.
I don't want him to know what I had. You want to just do the ball blind?
Fence check. Do
Can't
what you
do
have to do,
blind.
buddy. Do what you have to do.
I'm all in. I was going to do it blind. Like, I swear to God I was going to do it blind. Do it, just call.
He's gone all in for 57 big
You
blinds.
got me so far.
That's such a big shot.
Have you for sure?
You have me, there's no risk. There's no risk, just take it. How much have you got? Let me just line it up, give it to you, and you just take it.
Okay, let's
We don't
see.
even have to, you know what? If you've got the best hand, you just take it. How about that? We won't even have to gamble. You've got to play.
I think Roland was in a spot here where he could not afford to finish last, or it was really going to hurt him.
Wow.
And actually, so it's only about 18
That
big
was a gamble.
blinds.
I figured you're doing it a lot there.
Well, yeah, I mean, you would have liked to see 7-8 instead of that.
Yeah.
Same thing, Tony. 7-8 was all in anyways.
Well, I haven't won one of these hands yet of the whole tournament.
Of course, he did do something very similar to you. We've talked about earlier in this series.
This dealer is just incredible.
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
this is just unbelievable. I haven't won one hand.
Shocks on the river.
Just haven't won hand. I mean, what the is going on?
David, shut up.
No, I don't care.
Judge.
Laak.
You know, like when it comes down this, like, and it's,
Oh, he was
it comes
really
down in slow
angry.
motion, you
Look at him.
shuddering through your head, like, boom.
You ever seen him lose it like this?
No,
They
not
haven't
like
let
this
me win
bad.
one hand. Not one. Nothing.
Just running around the set.
How can I win? I can't win one hand. I'll win.
I've been there before.
What have you got? 200?
Not even.
It's like I'm drawing dead every hand you deal. Too good.
And it only got worse from there for Tony G in this Premier League.
How much? What?
Who are you going to lose
How
to?
do you do
Heads
it?
up.
Like you
The
get
only
me,
person who's
not on
better
a
than
flop,
you
but
is
you
JC.
get me all the time. Every time. I haven't won one hand.
Wow.
Yeah, he was livid, wasn't he?
Right, live.
It's not even an act there, is it?
Daniel
No.
Negreanu. 13.
That's 13,000. Fold. Fold.
This Premier League, this was actually this particular Premier League, really the emergence of full flush Schwartz. Although he isn't at the table this time. There's Fraser and Hellmuth.
Get him.
Fold.
I love this side room stuff. It's fun. You know? It is.
Vanessa Russo there as well. I used to fancy Vanessa when I first got into poker. Just like I wanted this to be my girlfriend when I first got into poker.
Well, that's
The original bombshell. But yeah, you get 300,000
At least
to
I didn't
work
use
with,
signals
and
and stuff. I
I
could've
guess
been doing that the whole
Timoshenko's
time, you guys
already
wouldn't have
played it
known.
a bit weird by just flatting
Pretty much have a perfect reputation.
the Wolves' lead. He's obviously led for strength here.
Yeah. There's obviously a drawy board as well. It's like a lot of
That
back
comes
cards.
from the man I've never beaten for $12. No chance. I have no chance. No chance. It's like drawing dead.
Well, that's why I'd like to bet it.
Don't really know how all the money didn't go in on the
Yeah.
flop.
No one ever accused you of being a gambler. He just takes the nuts.
Yeah, I think, it was 5 ways, and Roland is, all of the Premier Leagues he's played in, he's played quite tight. I think, I always feel like Timoshenko must have picked up on that. And you see what happens at the end here. That's what he says.
Yeah.
It's like he almost feels like the only, any of Roland's value hands, he's either tying or losing to.
I wouldn't mind it.
Roland led for 13, and Timoshenko just flatted.
Oh, okay.
And so did Safina, who's the qualifier.
Yeah.
Giovanni Safina, he got through a bunch of live qualifiers to get here and ended up getting 3rd in this whole event, which was a huge result for him.
Check.
Yeah. It's about as bad as river as it gets for the
3-6s.
Yeah, the 3-6s. And the Queen Jack also.
Well, this is where Timoshenko decides to turn his hand into a bluff, which is a really advanced play,
wow.
isn't it?
Oh, wow, yeah. Yeah, this is amazing. You don't see that too often, and he must have really felt that his Jack Queen wasn't good to make this play.
You can only make a play like this against a strong player like Roland, who's capable of making a fold. I mean,
yeah, there's just not that many hands that you lose to with Jack Queen. You really lose to a set of 6s. He must have had such a good read on the situation to make this play.
I think he might have the same hand.
Oh, that's so sick.
Oh, wow.
Roland announced fold, and then he showed him. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sick. Yeah, I got his read bang on
Couldn't
there.
see any weakness in you. I just. Oh, he bluffed him? You're on my team.
Did you think you didn't think you were bluffing, right? Because you said you thought you had the same hand.
Well, that's technically a bluff if I'm trying to get him off a chop.
Such a horrible river.
Fold. Fold.
But for some reason, on the day of the final, Phil Laak just didn't really show up. He didn't really have the mojo. And
So you raised?
Happens sometimes.
Yeah.
You've handled that.
Sometimes it just clicks and everything works, and then other days you just can't do anything right.
See, this is just during the first
You
level.
might have been out. You might have been like got such a long
Benjamin's made it 5K, and they've got a lot of chips on this table. And you know, this might be the beginning of where Laak made a loose call. I don't know. They're so deep, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's flop trips. Don't really see how the pot's going to get too big, but.
That's 9,000. Fold.
There was a great scene inside the M Casino here. A lot of people around for the week and on the rail.
Raise it. 27,000.
Goes for the check raise. So Benjamin's one and only time in the Premier League, and he made it count.
Yeah, I heard he played good all week. I was talking to Luke Schwartz back then. He was moaning about him. And
Yeah, I'm sure as this series goes on, there's going to be plenty more from Luke Schwartz, but he just peels off here.
yeah, I think one of the reasons he has decided to peel here is just because he has the ace of hearts too. It makes you feel comfortable. You can turn the nut flush draw like he has.
It's 36,000.
Laak had been in such smooth gear all week. He just always seemed to know what was going on. And then on the river, I don't know if he just has a brain freeze or Benjamin makes a good bet, but I think it almost feels like Laak feels like he's behind even now. That 9 of hearts did complete a lot of hands.
Yeah, 7-8 got there as well as hearts.
Check.
And depending what he bets, he could even have a better 5.
Is Phil Laak the kind of guy who you don't mind putting big bluffs in against? Look, and he snap folds it.
Snap folded that too.
98 and fold.
Wow, another terrific bluff for
Check.
Schwartz
Check.
here. David checked right behind him.
Yeah.
Nice check. Nicely done there. He gets a free straight card, and it's there. Oh, my God.
40,000.
This is
Oh.
over.
Well,
Right.
no, I mean, David just called him. I mean, now if a 3 comes, it's over. Oh, my God in heaven. That is unbelievable.
80,000.
And how often? I mean, you have to raise here, right?
David
you have
has
to raise.
He has to raise. He just can't give him a flush.
Wow, Schwartz is going to end up. He's going to end up short stacked. How big's David going to go?
How'd you hit a flush?
I didn't.
You did. Why are you lying?
On my life, I don't have a flush.
I know you've got a flush, but just because you're saying I don't have a flush doesn't make it Does it make me think, oh,
Total?
how much more?
170 more.
So that's a raise.
I've got... Oh.
He's got to think this through.
Wait, you could have... You call on the 4-8 and... You got a flush?
Oh yeah, no flush.
Cool. I got a straight. I got a call. I call. You got a flush? Oh.
And
Now-
Phil, I think...
Now I will say this: David Benjamin, if he would have raised like 50, 60,000 on the turn, may have actually busted Schwartz here.
So sick. What kind of cooler does this guy want?
That was a cooler. And Luke, he's got to keep his head together, Phil. He's unraveling, isn't he?
I turned the top pair and open-ended, and then I rivered a straight.
Well, he got really negative about. He got really negative at that rail bird, and he sat right down and got it coolered again. And so there is something when you get emotional. When you're an emotional person, you get negative. It just doesn't seem to ever work.